What's up, poker players? Today we are going to do a review of the Big Ten tournaments that I had mentioned in the promo video from a couple days ago. I entered in 4 of them, got some great hands in. Didn't go that far, but got some good poker to take a look at. Let's get into it. As you can see, the first hand we're taking a look at is Pocket Kings. I wound up actually getting Pocket Kings 2 times in the first 4 minutes of playing in these tournaments. I got in this one a little bit late. It was a deep stack turbo tournament. As you can see, the blinds are already pretty high and there are antes involved. I think this is actually not my first hand, but close to my first hand. It's my 3rd hand on the table. Table has a lot of non-regular players. I don't have many hands on them. No whammy, I must have played against in some previous tournaments. Got some info on him, not much though. So we get a raise from the button and a limp in under the gun +1. Looks like I'm having a little issue here with my pop-up. My mouse has been giving me trouble too. My whole computer is going to shit. I don't know what's going on. Get it back in order, and I'm going to throw in a raise here to a little bit bigger than twice of his bet size. J-Rice 12 goes all in. This is an easy call, and he winds up having King-Jack suited diamonds. And there is a quick double up for us. 3 hands in, that's exactly what you want to happen. And this is the second King's hand I was talking about. Different tournament. We're in under the gun +1, make it 2.5x to play. Folds around to the button, and the button jams all in. This is an easy call too. We're getting almost 3 to 1 on our money here. Not like we would fold Kings to pretty much any bet anyway. But we're going to make this call, and we run into aces right away. That's just a cooler. It's gonna happen. Seems to be happening a lot recently to me. You just gotta get over it and keep playing, because it evens out in the long run. Next hand we're looking at is ace 10 hearts in the cutoff. Same table we were just looking at with the King's hand, and the blinds and antes are up to 690. I have a little bit more than 3 rotations right now, so I'm already in a place where I'm being forced to make some moves and get all my chips in the pot. Now we have 1790 in the pot. Our stack's at 1476. I check back to hopefully get him to make a move with a middle pair or a gut shot straight draw or something like that, and he does jam all in. There's no way I'm gonna get rid of this hand with the ace 10. It worked out pretty much the way I wanted it to. Unfortunately, he winds up showing King 8, and he hit his second pair on the turn because I checked back. He might have even called the flop bet, but that one was another one of those where it was just a cooler. I played it exactly how I wanted it, and he wound up hitting a card on the turn, and that's gonna happen once in a while. Next time we're looking at is Queen Jack from the hijack seat. We have blinds and antes in this tournament. Opportunity to steal right here. We have 2 tight players to our left, and Darling Girly calls from the button, or from the big blind. They are almost pot committed. We flop an up and down straight draw with 2 overcards. I am going to continuation bet this one and probably get it all in, depending on what this player does. And we wound up hitting our queen on the turn. The spade draw got there, but we're 1 away from a straight draw still, and now we have top pair, and I want to make any draw out there pay. I could see this player playing something like 10, a 9, maybe an 8 for a straight draw. Don't want to let an easy flush get there, and they wind up folding. Next hand we're looking at is on the same table. It's the very next hand. We have ace queen hearts. Folds around to us. We are going to raise with this one. Make it 225. Nope, 230. And we get a call directly to our left from Bye Bye Bye. Is that a Backstreet Boys reference? Or maybe just a poker tournament, as in bye bye bye, you're getting knocked out of the tourney. Wind up flopping a very dry board, king high. We have backdoor straight and backdoor flush draws, 1 overcard. I bet a little bit bigger than half pot. Put some pressure on this player. I see that he has a 100% bet on the flop, so I don't want to give him the opportunity to steal that pot from me. And I wind up taking that one down. Next hand we're looking at is King 10 from the button, and I am getting to the point where I need to make a move here. I have about 2 rotations around the table, so it is time for me to get the chips in with the King 10. Folds around to me, and this is going to be a jam 100% of the time. A little bit of pressure on these players to make a play then, and we get called by 10-9. Perfect situation for us, and he rivers the 9. Shit! Not gonna re-enter this one, or do I? Nope. Man, guy 3 bets it with 10-9 59 offsuit. That was perfect for us. People just getting lucky on us. That's how tournaments are gonna go though. There's a lot of variance in tournaments. You're gonna go a long time in between big wins. That's why I enjoy the cash games, because there are a lot less swings, although you don't have the opportunity to make a big win in a cash game like you do in the tournament. Next thing we're looking at is pocket jacks, and it folds around to us. The blinds and antes are at 4,800. You can see that we only have about one rotation left, so we're at the point where we are shoving. So I get it all in with the jacks, folds around to Schlaw in the small blind, who makes a re-raise. He goes all in. Good opportunity to double up. Maybe not. He's got queens. Not much you can do about that one. A little bit of a cooler there. 59th place. Not too bad. I think I was like, 23 out of the money for that one, unfortunately. But I had to start making moves. And now we're looking at pocket tens. Folds around to us in the small blind. Up against buy again. A little bit larger of a bet here. And I make it 300. Buy makes a call. Flop is ace high. With the tens, we pretty much just have showdown value. I check it back. He also checks back. Again, we just have showdown value, so I'm going to check the turn again and try to get to showdown for as cheap as possible. Buy has a 0 turn bet percentage. If he does turn bet, I might be tempted to call with the draw heavy board and him showing no interest in the pot on the flop. I'm going to put in a small value bet here. I think my hand is best, and I want to. It's a little bit of a value, little bit of a blocker bet, and he winds up making a call. He probably had a middle pair there. Won a couple more chips off of that one. Next hand we're looking at is pocket fours from under the gun +1, and we get a limp from under the gun. I limp as well, and we get a jam behind us from John Brown and a call to our right, and I just wind up folding the fours, flop the bottom set, and river the 4 of a kind, 444. That one didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. What are you gonna do though? You don't really want to play fours in an all-in pot, not knowing really how John Brown plays. He's been pretty tight so far. That, however, changed with that hand. And the next hand we're looking at is ace queen. We get a raise from the cutoff, who is a very loose player, and I come back over the top, put a little bit of pressure on him with the ace high, and he winds up folding. We take a pot right there. And now we're looking at pocket aces from under the gun, make it 275 to go. This tournament is not too far into it, didn't get to the antes quite yet, and we get a call from middle position, and we get another call. Three of us see the flop, 10 high, relatively dry. We have backdoor flush draws and the aces, high pair up, and we get a call. The 3 probably didn't help anyone on that hand. I'm going to bet a little bit more than half pot to make any draw out there pay for it. And he jams all in, or he raises, I jam all in, and he wound up having 2s. When he jams there, I have to think about what hands he would be jamming with, because a jam there means that he slow played the flop, and I think I probably could have gotten rid of the aces, because I know the 3 didn't really help him, and therefore it gave away that he was slow playing that flop, unless he was slow playing some crazy draw. I think any pocket pair higher than 10s that I would have beat would have re-raised pre-flop, depending on the player. Maybe jacks wouldn't have. So there's not really many hands that I beat there, and I think I probably should have gotten rid of the aces. But next hand we're looking at is ace queen diamonds in the small blind. We have a short stack who makes a raise from the hijack seat, and I'm going to put them all in here. It's only 308 more chips, and he has ace jack, hits his jack on the flop, but we hit our queen on the river. There we go, knock someone out. Finally, things are going our way. So at this point, we are down to only one tournament, and I have ace queen, middle position. Blinds and antes are at 1100. I have a little bit less than 3 rotations. This is the spot where I need to start jamming hands. Ace queen is a great one to do that with, and everyone winds up folding. We pick up a small pot there, one more rotation around the table, and now we have pocket jack. A little bit less than 4 rotations around the table, and I'm going to make the same move. Don't want to make it easy for 2 overcards like an ace queen or a king queen to make a call here. This type of bet will make those hands definitely think, and there's a good chance we'll get a call from hands, smaller pocket pairs like 10s, 9s, who might make a call there, thinking I'm doing that move with just an ace high. So we pick up another small pot, one more rotation around the table, and now we're looking at pocket 10s from the button. Blinds and A's are at 1200. We have a little little bit less than 4 rotations around the table. And we get a jam from under the gun. His second hand, he's already being forced into making raises. I don't really know why he got back into this tournament when it's that much pressure on you. And we get a jam from Western GG. And we only have 3 hands on him. He's probably trying to isolate here with an ace something. Yup, he had ace 5. And that's a good spot to get it in. We also get called by Don't Judge to our left with King Jack suited. The 10-9 jammed in early position. And we get knocked out by the ace 5 who hit 2 pair. He hit his ace on the flop and he hit 2 pair on the flop, unfortunately. Longhorn MPA had one of our outs with the 10. Wasn't looking good for us. I think we got it in the right spot though. Between those two players, there was still only 1 overcard. And that is what I think a good spot to get it in. We have a good chance to do a little bit more than double up there. But that unfortunately brings our Big Ten tournament review to an end. And we didn't get a single one in the money. A lot of coolers in there. I think I played decent. If you guys think I should have played some of these hands differently, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinions on these tournaments as well as on the play of mine as well as my opponents. I think these tournaments are super fishy and you guys should definitely look to get in some of these. I've found that the cash games are a little bit harder to play on America's Cardroom. I think there's quite a few regulars on there. I mean, it's easy to pick out the regulars and the fish on there, and it's a little bit tougher on here because I don't really have that much experience and I don't have a lot of hands on a lot of these players. But from what I've seen, it's super fishy. So I think there's an opportunity to make a lot of big money within these tournaments on America's Cardroom. If you want to download America's Cardroom, head down to the video description. There's a link for America's Cardroom as well as Hold'em Manager, the HUD that I use. Make sure you guys also click through the links for the social media. Follow me on Twitter as well as Facebook. I'm going to take part in a live tournament this weekend and I'll probably be throwing in some updates on Twitter and Facebook as well. Maybe I'll take some video from that tournament too and throw together some live footage. We'll see what the casino lets me do. I don't think they're really going to let me bring cameras in there, but we'll see what happens. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't done that yet. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with anyone who might be interested. And I won't see you out on the virtual felt the next couple days unless I get a late night session in. But I'll be back soon with a video. Quick live tourney update as I finish this video. Finished day 1 with 84,000 chips. The average chip stack is about 103,000. I think there is 160 players left out of a field of 1,000. Should be right around the money. I did make one big mistake. I put in a big bluff and actually got called from what I thought was a tight player. He wound up beating me with a 7 high, no joke, and I moved with a 6 high and he beat me. He had a gut shot and I had the outside straight draw and he winds up beating me with a 7 high. It was pretty ridiculous. But he is now the chip leader, so I'm gunning for him. And he took a lot of my chips. I would have been sitting really pretty had I not lost that hand. But I'll give you guys some updates on that. Hopefully I can make a run in the final day of that tournament tomorrow.